Well, hello there, scrappy ladies and gents. Suzanne here in the studio today to show you what I've been working on. This is an older Close to My Heart card making workshop that I picked up on sale last year about this time at one of Close to My Heart's pop-up or flash sales, I think is what they call them. And I'm so glad I did. It makes really cute cards. Like all of the Close to My Heart card making workshops, there's 16 cards for each of 4 designs. It's a great stamp set here. You've got the spool with the thread that's coming off of it. You've got 3 different kinds of sewing stitches. You've got 3 different sentiments, 4 different flowers. Just very, very versatile. I can see I'm going to be using this a lot. Okay, let's get to the cards. Well, maybe I should show you. Here's a close-up of the paper. This one's easy to see. On the reverse side, we have these dots on Glacier. Little very closely spaced random dot. And then for the zip strip, we've got this great sweet leaf and French vanilla stripe. Here's the first card. Friends are like quilts, they never lose their warmth. This card features a lot of elements. The technique that is shown in this workshop is coloring with watercolor pencils. And you can decide there whether you want to then soften that look by using a little bit of water after you've colored, which is what I've done on the spool. Or you can just color directly like I've done on these two and just leave the color as it is. Well, actually that little flower stamped, but here that is colored with a red colored pencil from Close to My Heart. As I said, lots of elements. We got 2-layer panel here. We've got 2 little fish tag flags underneath, the little flower, and of course the needle and thread. Super, super cute. All right. Then this next card is the most labor intensive, although they tell you a way that you can get around taking so much time. This inside 3x3 square can actually just be cut from the pattern paper, or if you want to take the time, they show you how to cut up individual little pieces of the colored sections of that pattern paper, as you can see here, and reassemble it into this quilt pattern. It is super cute when it's done, but it is time consuming. Again, we've got the zip strip, little silver twine here, and we've got 3 little, these mini gems, mini rhinestones that were also from Close to My Heart in the workshop kit. Here is the next card. This one we're actually using the heart and we're stitching around it with that silver embellishing thread. We've used just a colored pencil behind this and on the flowers. And then as you can see, there were several of those stitch stamp images, and we used one of them to do just a quick stitch line. I like this is an interesting way to lay out the individual pieces again in a block pattern, grid pattern. So that's really cute. And then here's another one from the workshop. This is pretty simple. You just fold back the pattern paper and they give you that measurement, and then you get to see both sides of the pattern paper. I think it'd be really cute if you could fold even another layer over the top of that. Here, this wanted you to know you're in my prayers is actually from a different stamp set. Once I had stitching in my mind, I remembered I had this C1835 Sentiments and Stitches. So if you have that, you might want to pull it out of your stash. It has lots of different stitch patterns or thread, loose thread kind of patterns. And the wanted you to know you're in my prayers works so well for my church card ministry cards I send out. So there's that. Those are the 4 from the workshop. And then, of course, I had to do at least one of my own design. And here it is. I'll give you a close-up of this. Again, it's pretty simple. I used 2 different blocks, and then I offset them. Again, you'll notice I offset them where there would be a natural break in the pattern paper pattern. Then I use this sweet leaf and French vanilla zip strip across the middle to draw your eye across here, and then on this heart, instead of sewing it and stitching it from the bottom to the top and going up and down again. I just went around all of the individual holes that had already been die cut in there. And so all of the stitching falls on top of the heart. Of course, I used some navy thread because I had used the sapphire ink to stamp my needle and thread. So those are pretty cute. I like those. And I'm looking forward to maybe playing with that stamp set more, maybe on a scrapbook page or two, since I still have a little bit of that paper left. That's all I have for today. I hope you'll take a minute and maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for those of you who have, I want you to know how much I appreciate that. If you don't want to subscribe, how about a like? I'd appreciate that as well. Okay, thanks again for your time and attention. Be back soon.